And off we go from Denver. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like central casting. Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, and he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success, and that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big game.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Another run here with Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 49 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Slides to avoid the hit. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That's another Denver Broncos.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And when you watch him play, all you think about is how dynamic he is. He can beat you with his arm and his legs. Threw for over 20 touchdowns for the first time since 2021. fully healed from a knee injury a couple of seasons ago, he's got his team thinking big in 2025.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 32-yard line.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. Pass complete there to Harrison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's Drew Sanders who diagnosed that play and stopped him short of the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw is Murray. Oh, wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Murray again. This is Connor. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here comes Benson on the toss right.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey Benson
from 17 yards out.
And the Cardinals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
And there's an offense that didn't panic after getting down early, and with good reason. No better way to silence a home crowd than with a nice, long, sustained drive. And they were able to put one together here and finish with the touchdown run.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Still going. They can't stop him. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Brings up
4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 78 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Broncos first down.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
All able to avoid him. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
Nix from the shotgun.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
A 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
This is Connor running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Nix to the air. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Donovan. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw, here's Nix. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to punt. Greg Dortch deep for Arizona.
yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screen pass to Connor. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Murray now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd and 2.
Murray going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 30 yards there. And, of course, the 1st down as well.
1st down, Arizona.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
Now Murray again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Second and 10.
Murray now to throw. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, 39 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And that makes it 14-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
He completes this to Sutton. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second down and 8. Throwing Nix.
Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
At the 25-yard line.
Now it's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they would eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On play action, here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Adam Troutman, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And oh, it's blocked. The Cardinals pick it up, and now the rookie's free. And he's all the way into the end zone. And so much for losing the lead with the 2 points there. This game's back to even. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there was a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet and make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just got to wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
And here comes Dortch on the return.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And Connor going to pick up a Cardinals first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And the Cardinal first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Murray. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. And I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Shotgun now from Murray. And that's going to be incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Nix. That's taken in left side by Vele. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
That's taken in by Franklin. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 55 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Nix to the air.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Lutz is good. And they have regained the lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So out now come the Cardinals.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They run behind center with Connor.
And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
This a 2nd and 8.
To throw is Murray. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Nix.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
To throw is Nix. And this one complete again to Mims.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
2nd down and 6 now. Working out of the gun is Nix.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage. And that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn that for a 1st down. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Nix from the shotgun.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now 2nd and 3. To throw, here's Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown! Evan Ingram, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The Lutz will look to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Cardinals offense and Marvin Harrison Jr. headed onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Card's going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll try and run for it with Connor.
And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Gain of 4 yards. And a Cardinal first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
On play action, it's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Murray now. Screen pass to Connor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screen play is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
10 yards.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
This quick pass complete to Sutton. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. To him on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah,
we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They start with a give to counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Murray. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Murray on the sneak. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Murray now to throw. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st down, Cardinals.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Cardinal 1st down.
Now Murray. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll run here with Connor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
From the gun, Murray. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's McBride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Boy, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
141 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Well, partner, I have to say, they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On play action, here's Nix.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Throwing Nix.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there, with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He's got Harrison left side complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Murray. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Murray to air it out again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Here's a give to Dobbins. Gets through and now an opening. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's good for a Broncos First down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
The give is to McLaughlin. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Take him down right at the line of
No
scrimmage.
gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up
Ladies and
second
gentlemen,
down
that is a force
at the
of
20-yard
nature
line.
at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's McLaughlin.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Shotgun now from Murray. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Murray keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Murray again, this is Connor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray.
Going right back to Wilson.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 7. Off the option, here's Murray running left.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Connor. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. 23. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Murray going to throw. A slant to Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marvin Harrison Jr., 42 yards. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Ryland on for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. On the ground, here's McLaughlin.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Muscles him off. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Carry from McLaughlin.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And he's going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
13-yard line.
We'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.